missing, nothing broken. There is only abundance. Love keeps providing. There is only abundance. All that I need is already. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Yeah. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Yeah. All in abundance. Love keeps providing. All in abundance. There is only abundance. Only abundance.
Thank you to Tara for coming and holding space this morning. You are loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. This is a format that I tried 500 years ago. But my internal compass and energy was all over the place. And I couldn't get still enough inside in order to allow this to come through. But it feels the most organic. It feels the most aligned. It feels the most purpose-driven, and it feels like it is not only going to be of benefit to me, but of benefit also to those who I touch with my life force. We have been calling in creatives and artists and entrepreneurs all over the planet to come into a hopeful vibration about their lives. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the life student is ready, love appears. When the life student is ready, peace appears. We remind ourselves daily in this network that everything that we need from this life, including being at home in ourselves and being okay with what we're doing and settling into what we're doing and being at peace with the joy that we want to give and what we want to offer, it's already here. Hello. I was just saying that if you ever read The Alchemist, and turn your volume down if you don't want spoilers for The Alchemist, the book. He basically goes on this giant expedition to find his purpose and to find where he belongs. And he ends up taking this giant round trip back home. And there have been moments throughout the last 7 years, 8 years of this work where I have gone to meditative sits and healing gatherings and produced meditative sits and healing gatherings. And I've always felt at home, not only drinking in the meditative vibe and the positive affirmation, but I've also felt great about producing it. And right at the moment where things got juicy, I would smoke the feeling away and go off and do something different. And I was saying, Stacia, just a moment ago, that this is the first time in my entire existence on the planet that I felt aligned with what I'm doing, at home with what I'm doing, and not wanting to change it or put my thing up, flip it and reverse it. Perhaps love received and reflected. In the midst of the chaos and confusion and the emotional turbulence that's happening sometimes inside of all of us, because that's normal, part of the human experience, Sometimes we drift off the path, and that's why we have each other here. And perhaps, yes, because energy cannot be created or destroyed, perhaps in the last 32 million years, this is the first time I felt okay with being myself. That could very well be true. I think that every human is striving to be at peace with themselves and at peace with the world. See, I thought, Stacia, that I had to do something to be accepted. I thought that I had to perform. I thought that I had to get up and put myself together and present the most perfected version of myself in order to be valued and loved. We are enough exactly as we are right now. We are whole. We are seen. We are loved in everything. There are forces in the world that are trying to convince us daily of our unworthiness. This is a protest. This is us coming together for a few minutes of a sit this morning and saying, yes, there's all of these energies floating around. We choose to belong to love. We choose to belong in peace. Tara says, authenticity is never a performance. We just get to be. Easier said than done. Easier said than done if you're like me and you formed an unhealthy bond with performance, presentation, and perfectionism. I was taught, as related to my spiritual life and my creative life and my expression, that things had to be just so, that there was a right way.
Please pause and take a moment to be grateful.
That there was a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things, that there was a proper way to do things and an improper way to do things, that there was a normal way to exist and to coexist in community and with the universe, and an abnormal way. And I didn't want to stick out and appear to be so different that I would be rejected. It takes a lot of confidence and courage to be yourself in a world that tells you to blend. Exactly. You're successful, you achieve, and then you spend all of your days trying to remain in that advanced space. But none of us feel successful every day. None of us feel okay every day. None of us are happy all the time. And that's why this morning we're going to do affirmations that focus on what it means to be patient with ourselves. What would it feel like this morning to relax into being at peace with who you are, exactly as you are? As I've said all week, and there are different ways in which we can show up in our lives and in our joyful and loving expression. I do feel that if all of the light workers were to go live for 5 minutes and amplify the good that they want to see in the world, that we would be in a better place. Now, I can't make them do these things, but I really hope that those who want to contribute love on the planet will be moved to be just as bold as ice, and the people who seek to divide us and to make us feel small. Now is the time for bold love. Now is the time for coming together. Now is the time for us to be gentle and patient with ourselves. And that's what we're gathering around this morning. So, as I repeat this morning's affirmations, if there's one or two that resonate with you or more, feel free to retype them into the chat, because maybe typing them will plant them into your subconscious mind. So that we can have happy days. Happy days lead to peaceful days. Peaceful days lead to peaceful weeks. Peaceful weeks lead to peaceful months and peaceful years, and peaceful years lead to peaceful lives. And people who are at peace make wiser and stronger and more confident decisions for where they're going. I cannot stand being destabilized in my emotions while trying to create and build. And that's part of the reason why I'm here and sharing daily in this new format, because for the work that I'm doing and for the life that I want to build and create, I can't afford to be focused on ice. I literally can't afford to be focused on the negativity. I can't afford to become so depressed and heavy that I don't connect with my true passion and purpose and allow my gifts to amplify on the planet in a way that increases abundance for me. So, I gotta treat this as if my life depends upon it, because it does. There are some of us that feel so heavy that we're one or two steps away from why bother? The world's on fire anyway. And we owe it to ourselves to keep going and to continue to contribute light to the world, because that's what the world needs now more than ever before. But instead of engaging those two pests of emotions anonymous, indecision and hurry, I'm going to decide to be patient with myself. I'm going to decide to be gentle with myself. I'm going to choose to love myself as a newborn baby child. I'm gentle with my process. I'm gentle with my process. I am gentle with my process. I give myself permission to grow slowly. I give myself permission to grow slowly. I respect my emotional timing. I respect my emotional timing. I honor my nervous system's pace. I honor my nervous system's pace. I am allowed to take my time. I am allowed to take my time. The great thing about these affirmations is sometimes you say them to yourself or you say them alone. Other times it's important to be able to say them to other people. Try that this morning. If someone is rushing you or you are rushing you internally, try telling them, I am allowed to take my time. Sometimes I feel pressure from my team to get on with it already, Flo. It's been 5 years since you've been talking about Dr. Flo and the love experience. It's been years since you actually started talking about your dreams. Why have we not seen you do this and this and this yet? Or where are the people? Where are the venues? Where are the puppets? Excuse me. Excuse you. I am allowed to take my time. I am allowed to take my time. Yes, and I am allowed to reclaim my time. Who are you to rush my life process? Some would say in spiritual realms that I made agreements with the universe before I got here about how I wanted my life to unfold. Who are you to disrupt that unfolding? Do not allow other humans to disrupt your unfolding. Yes, they are encouraging you. Yes, they want to see you grow. Yes, they want to see you be better. Yes, they want to see you succeed. And you are allowed to take your time. We're not even going to get into the fact this morning that rushing is a tool of alleged white supremacy. Our ancestors were doing a lot of things, and ancestors of all colors were doing a lot of things before time cards and time clocks were installed. Before watches, Are you talking about the stories that we tell ourselves and the stories we tell other people and the story making of it all? I should have done this faster. Why did I move so fast? Why didn't I take that turn? Why did I take that turn? We are allowed to take our time. I am learning without rushing. I am learning without rushing. I heal. I see you. It's all made up. It's all made up. It's all made up. When I think about the last month of my life and how I was a domestic terrorist in my own heart, and the stories I told myself about how things would unfold, at times the stories I told myself were horrific. I could have just been patient with myself and left myself alone. I'm sure Amazon has one that they will sell you. I heal without forcing. I heal without forcing. I rest without guilt. I rest without guilt. I evolve without pressure. I evolve without pressure. I release self-criticism. I release self-criticism. A lot of the reasons why we don't go live for love, or we don't expand in our visions, or we don't share our dreams with people for the purpose of them aligning with us, helping us, or paying us for our services, is because we engage in so much self-criticism before we push go live. Before we press send on the email, before we press share on the social media, we engage with so much self-criticism that we can't even express ourselves because we're afraid that people are going to critique us and treat us as harshly as we treat ourselves. That's been my thing. If I don't even like my face, how will they like my face? If I don't think that I look presentable enough in my leopard print wrap, then what are they going to think? Maybe now isn't the time to go live and to share positive affirmation. Maybe now isn't the time to share a reel about the importance of us cultivating an inner space of ceasefire now to facilitate the conditions for an outer ceasefire now experience in the world. Let me not reach out to those who I'm called to serve until I feel good enough. I release self-criticism. I release self-criticism. I speak kindly to myself. I speak kindly to myself. I celebrate small progress. I celebrate small progress. I trust my internal clock. I trust my internal clock. It's a big one, Stacia. That's a big one. Sometimes we don't even get, sometimes we don't even give the world and the humans in it an opportunity to reject us. Sometimes we're the ones saying no before anybody else gets an opportunity to. How many reasons do we put forward that are examples of how we don't deserve? We're so self-critical that we don't believe that we deserve the good that's coming and or the good that we have. I do not shame my becoming. I do not shame my becoming. I allow integration. I allow integration. When are we going to allow the life lessons that are being revealed to us to take hold of us and to go deep enough that we actually start living it? Well, that's a big one this morning. I see y'all. That's a big one today. This is the one, and both of them are, this is the one for the smart people, for the smarty pants. Well, if you turn to page 272, you'll see a life lesson. If you go to the appendix, appendix A, you'll see the emotional guidance scale. Of course, you smarty pants would love it, because we're right now transitioning in our lives from a space of learning to a place of integration. from a place of discovery and fact-finding to now using what we've learned to benefit our lives in a positive way. Once again, like we talked about earlier, how long have I known that I wanted to be a holistic healer and meditative guide? But because, as the Buddha teaches us, we are always in a state of forgetting, remembering, forgetting, remembering, forgetting, remembering, forgetting, and remembering who we are. Sometimes forgetting for years, sometimes forgetting for decades. I forgot until a couple weeks ago when Stacia said, let's gather to sit. And I fired up the machines. It's almost like I was like, I was born for this. I knew exactly what track to get. I knew exactly how to set up the technology. I knew exactly how to create the conditions for a 10-minute sit. And it felt so good that I remembered, wow, you've been wanting to lead people in guided meditations and healing gatherings and uplifting experiences online since 1862. Forgetting, remembering, forgetting, remembering. Being scared to integrate. It's almost as if we feel that if we, well, let me speak for myself because that's the most healing thing to do. I at times feel that if I fully allow integration, I'm going to be overwhelmed by the manifestation. Will I be able to contain and hold all of the good and the busyness that comes from allowing the lesson to stick? We need to remember that disintegration is easy because it's a lazy act. It doesn't require much to be chaotic and to disintegrate. People on Threads and on X right now are, what an awful world we live in. Disintegration is a low-cost endeavor. Everything is fucked. Did you see him get shot by ice? That's awful. You know, it takes 5 seconds to disintegrate. Allowing your integration is probably going to take up the next 5 to 50 years of your life. If you're like me and your dream is a 25-year dream, allowing integration is going to set off a domino effect for a lifetime of service. That's why I have been attracted to disintegration rather than integration. Integration requires me to have to step my pussy up. Tara says, I personally am still afraid of the perceptions of others. My mom used to have a saying that is a bit crass, What you eat doesn't make me poop, and what I eat doesn't make you poop. Meaning that while we are connected and extremely interdependent with each other, we got to live our truth for the feelings of joy and integration and expression inside of ourselves. I've told you personally for years that if you're not robbing a bank, harming kids, there's a list of things that are unacceptable to do and dishonoring of other humans. If you're not doing evil deeds in the world, you have nothing to be ashamed about and nothing to worry about as it relates to the perceptions of others. It's wild that we live in a world that the people who are actually doing harm are shameless, and the people who want to offer healing and to serve the world are shameful. That's what we're disrupting in these sits. That's why we gather daily. That's why I'm here, to disrupt this idea that we as light workers and servants of the Most High, called love, that us as lighthouses and servants of love should feel ashamed as it relates to the perception of others, is exactly why I stage this protest. Because Stephen Miller and Donald Trump and Kristi Noem and Bovino and all of them, they are shameless in their causing of harm. But yet I'm surrounded by light workers, and I see light workers who are like, well, maybe now isn't a good time. They may not like me. This is the propaganda of unworthiness. This is the propaganda of toxic shame that evildoers want to see exist so that they can keep dividing and disrupting the peace of our hearts. Stacia says, I feel that we have to be able to stay informed in current events and learn to be grounded, paced, and principled in how our gifts and offerings connect to ending suffering and prompting liberation. That's why we're here. Everybody's crazy. This is why we're here. Grounded, paced, and principled. And as it relates to the main, listen, crazy is subjective. I learned from a therapist many years ago that everybody is crazy. People call other folks crazy for not behaving in ways that they would under similar conditions. With that being the definition of crazy, we're all crazy. It's not that they might think that you're crazy. They're gonna think that you're crazy because they didn't have the parents you had. They didn't have the education you had. They didn't have the money you have. They didn't have the skin you have. They didn't have the lived experiences you have. You called me crazy for years for not doing what you would do in similar situations. It's subjective. Expect it. Expect it. How do you want your joy and your life and your love to be expressed here. I do not shame my becoming. I do not shame my becoming. I welcome gradual transformation. I welcome gradual transformation. All of it. All stories, all subjective, all the time. There are no rules. There are no rules. They took my chat from me. I trust my readiness. I trust my readiness. I am growing in safety. I am growing in safety. I am becoming with care. I am becoming with care. And the last one, I am patient and present. I am patient and present. I was trying to type back into the chat to you all that there are no rules, but they have deactivated my chat at the mothership. I want to thank y'all for coming through this morning and gathering around a more loving and higher vibration. I'm grateful to be able to hold space with comrades like you, Tara, and you, Stacia. And I know that there will be others who will join us in our daily marches towards peace and love. I want you to know that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your days. Let me know how I can support you today. You can visit the website and open a ticket with our support network. You can hit that bell to be notified of when we go live. Love is here, inside. On behalf of all of us in the network, I hope that you have a great day. Please stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and I'll see you tonight.